letting each thought come and go. And remembering that we're not judging here, we're not critiquing here, we're not trying to change anything here. We are just sitting in a comfortable position, breathing in and out, and noticing how we feel. Remembering that no matter how we feel, it is okay. Remembering that all of our emotions are valid, or we would not have these emotions. Again, just breathing and noticing. Maybe here you begin to take a big inhale through the nose. And a big exhale out of the mouth. Again, big inhale through the nose. Breathing in a little bit more air, and a little bit more air, and a little bit more air, holding it there at the top. And then letting out a nice audible exhale. Again, breathing in through the nose here. A little bit more air, and a little bit more air, and a little bit more air. Holding it there. And then letting out a nice exhale. Maybe this time bringing one hand to your heart and one to your belly. Feeling the warmth and the pressure of your hands as you take a big inhale through your nose, breathing in a little bit more air, and a little bit more air, and a little bit more, holding it there at the top. And then letting out a nice audible exhale. Maybe keeping your eyes gently closed here for a moment as you breathe in and out of your nose, and you just feel the sensation of your hands. Feeling your belly and your chest push back into your hands and the exchange of energy that happens between them. Just breathing and feeling the chi moving through your body. And maybe you stay there if that feels appropriate for you today. Or maybe you start to gently bring your hands to the face and begin to start tapping. Starting on the forehead, using the pads of your fingers and just gently tapping along the forehead into the temple and around. Breathing in and out of the nose as you do. And then maybe you start to just tap in between your eyebrows, using one or two fingers, moving down into the space below your eyes, more on the cheekbone than the inside of your eyes. Just breathing in and out here as you do, moving down the face, tapping into the chin, tapping into the cheeks, into the jawline. Breathing in and out of the nose as you do. Maybe you begin to tap into the neck area, tapping the back of the neck, coming into your ears, moving up the side of your head, the top of your head, and lingering anywhere that feels like it needs extra attention. Tapping around the ear space, the sides of the head, the back of the head, the crown of the head. Maybe bringing the taps to the occipital lobe in the back of your head, right above your neck there. Tapping, tapping, tapping. And maybe you start to notice a sensation of coolness there as you do. Again, tapping into the neck, tapping into the shoulders here, and maybe butterflying your hands here so that one is crossing the other and you are tapping on your chest. Breathing in and breathing out. Bringing your hands to a stop. Gently placing them on your knees or into your lap, and maybe taking a moment here with your eyes closed. Taking a big deep breath in through the nose. Maybe holding there for a moment on top and letting out a nice big audible exhale. Again, just breathing in and out. Far too often we jump from one activity to the next and we don't sit and experience the benefits of things that we have done throughout our day. So I want you during this practice to remember to take a moment to just pause and reflect and process after every action we do. From here, maybe you start to bring your thumb to your palm, your right thumb to your left palm. Gently massaging out your hand here. And so in a somatic class, we are not focused on what we look like, right? We are focused on being present within the body and just noticing each sensation and feeling. So as you are massaging your hand here, maybe you start to push along the pads of your fingers. Just noticing how it feels. Maybe you move your thumb onto the front of your hand. And again, tracing each finger. Moving that thumb into your wrist. Taking a moment here as you breathe in and out. To just gently massage your hand. And then maybe you take that same action on the other side, or maybe you do something different, or maybe you don't do it at all. Maybe you prefer to sit in a meditative state, or take some other kind of movement or breath that'll help you stay present in the body. again, just remembering that whatever you choose, make sure that it is right for you today. There is no wrong answer, only what works for you. And now maybe you bring your palms to touch, interlace your fingers, and just start to roll your wrists in one direction and the next. Again, just breathing here as you do. Sitting up nice and tall, taking a big deep breath in, and maybe taking a nice big audible exhale here. Noticing how that feels in your chest. Do you notice your body start to relax as you exhale out of the body? Maybe as you inhale, you start to roll your shoulders back here. Again, breathing and just noticing every sensation. When you feel like you've had enough going in that direction, start to change to the opposite direction. Breathing in and out. Taking a pause here to just notice what that feels like in the body. Maybe dropping your chin down to your chest and rolling your head over to one side, around and back. Again, just breathing in and out here. Nice and slow and steady circles. Maybe taking a pause at the back or the front and starting to roll in the opposite direction. Breathing in and breathing out. And maybe you start to roll the hips here. Moving your entire upper torso with you. Breathing in and breathing out as you do. Maybe moving in the opposite direction. But remembering to breathe in and out. You can also linger any place that feels like it needs a little extra attention. Doing what feels best for you today in your body. And just really getting free with it, right? Bringing our head into it, bringing our neck into it. Just really letting loose here. Having a sense of control over the body so that we're not causing any injury, while at the same time fully releasing and letting our muscles move in whatever way feels right. And this is when, again, we come back to somatics. We're not trying to look good. We're just feeling it in our body. So maybe closing your eyes or gazing down the bridge of your nose here will help you to kind of just feel into it. On an inhale, interlace your fingertips and lift them above your head here. As you exhale, gently bringing one hand down to the ground, maybe leaning over to one side, bringing your other arm with you. Maybe gazing up into that elbow and just breathing here. When you've had that enough, coming back up through center, interlacing those fingertips, pushing them up towards the ceiling. And then again, dropping that hand down, bringing your palm above your head, gazing up at your elbow, and just breathing here. Noticing what this feels like in your body. Discomfort is okay, but if you are feeling any pain, ease out of the posture. We never want to cause any pain. We want to challenge ourselves, right? Challenge our bodies. But pain is not a part of that. And this also goes for the mental aspect of it, right? If at any point we are feeling pain mentally, maybe we ease off a little. And it's not to say that we don't want to go through the pain, right? Because the only way out is through. But sometimes there are some things that are too tender to touch right now. And so we put those things to the side and we deal with them when we have them the capacity to do so. So if you feel yourself going a little too deep, just come back to the breath. From here, we'll start to rock and roll ourselves up to stand. So if you're all the way laying down, you can come from the ground, rolling up. Otherwise, you can come from a seated position, crossing your legs over, bringing your feet to the ground, and lifting yourself up. But again, do what's best for you. Maybe you're dealing with an injury. Maybe you are dealing with mobility where that's just not accessible to you today, and that is okay. Wherever, and that is okay. So I want you to go ahead and just move your feet here, moving your body, and just noticing what that feels like. Maybe bringing your heels, hips width distance apart, maybe bringing your hands to your hips. And on an inhale, lifting all 10 toes. And as you exhale, bringing your smallest toe down to the ground, then the next toe, then the next toe, then the next toe, and the last toe. Taking a moment to just breathe. Maybe you bring your toes to touch your heels wide. Rolling your shoulders back, your palms facing forward, gently lifting your chin, closing your eyes here. Taking a big inhale through the nose. Breathing in a little bit more air, and a little bit more air, and a little bit more air, holding it there at the top. And then letting out a nice audible exhale. If you feel like you'd like to take another couple rounds of that breath, feel free. Otherwise, I want you to bring your hands to gentle fists. And again, bring your feet out, heels in, toes out, okay? And feet can be about hips width distance, maybe a little wider if you'd like. And again, we're just gonna rock here side to side. Breathing in and out of the nose, just seeing what that feels like. And then maybe we bring our hands to gentle fists, thumbs pointed out, and start to bring our arms with us as we gently rock side to side. So now our fists are hitting this point in our lower back and hips. You can find stillness in the feet here or move them back and forth with you. But again, just taking this opportunity to just breathe and feel the sensation in your body. So our little fists should not be causing any pain, right? It should just be this movement that we can feel a slight pressure, and we know that it's activating those energetic chi lines in our body. When you're ready, taking a next position, and if you feel like you need to linger longer there or anywhere else, that is okay. From here, just breathing in and out, maybe lifting your heel, balancing on your toes, coming back to your heels, coming back to your toes, and just rocking back and forth here as you breathe in and out. Aligning the breath with each rock. So maybe as you lean forward, you inhale, and as you lean backwards, you exhale. Now for some of us, this might cause some cramping in the feet. If that happens and you're like, oh, I can't move through this, that's okay. You can take a moment and just massage it out or do whatever you need to do to make it feel good. Totally okay. And then here, go ahead and bring your feet hips width distance apart. Again, on an inhale, lifting all 10 toes, and as you exhale, dropping each toe one at a time. On an inhale, lifting both arms up towards the sky, and as you exhale, leaning forward, bringing the hands with you. Again, inhaling, lifting up both hands towards the sky, and as you exhale, hinging at the hips, bringing the hands down with you. Taking this motion with your own breath. If you feel at any point that you need to stop, stop. If you feel like you need to slow down, slow down. If you'd like to speed up, speed up. And when you feel like you've had enough, coming to a standing, rolling those shoulders back, maybe bringing those toes to touch, heels wide, palms out, chin lifted, and just slowing down the breath in your mountain pose. Maybe you feel energy radiating out of your hands here. Maybe you feel something else. Whatever that is, just noticing the sensations within the body. From here, we'll gently start to shake it out. If you've done this before, you know how it ends, so you can just take it however you'd like. But if you've never done any shaking before, just start in your hands. So we're just literally letting go, right? We're not tensing the wrists, we're not holding on. We are just shaking the hands out, shaking the wrists out, shaking the fingers out. And it'll feel weird, right? Because we don't do this. We don't just like shake our hands out and flap like this. But when we were kids, we did. We lubricated our muscles and our joints when we were kids because we were so free moving within our bodies. So this is just inviting back that playful energy, that movement, that fluidity that we need throughout our body to be able to gracefully move throughout life and be, Give our body a hand instead of working against it, working with it, right? And so maybe you start to move, shaking into your arms. And again, you want to take that same sensation, right, of just letting go. So where do you feel like you're holding this tension as you breathe in and out? Do you feel like you're holding it in your shoulders? For me, my shoulders want to control. They want to hold on. And if thinking, am I feeling what is stressing you out too much, just breathe and feel. You don't have to put any thought to it. From here, moving into the feet and just shaking out the feet. So unfortunately, I can't jump up and shake both feet at both times, but maybe you're sitting and you can just shake them out both at the same time. But if you're standing, just one at a time. Breathing in and out as you do. And maybe you start to shake the whole body here, right? Shaking into the legs, shaking into the arms, the hips, the head, the neck, your hair. Maybe you start to whip your head around like you're in a 80s hairband. All the Gen Z kids here are like, wow, she's such a dork. That's okay. Just shake it out. Shake out everything here. Maybe you keep your feet still and literally just shake your body. Closing the eyes, breathing in and out of the nose. Becoming your own lymphatic vibration plate, right? You don't have to spend hundreds of dollars to do this. You can do it right here in your own space. And then taking a moment to pause. Maybe bringing your feet a little bit more than hips width distance apart. Heels in, toes out. Maybe bringing your arms out long above you. Stretching your neck back. Taking this nice big star position, taking up space, right? Breathing in through the nose here. And maybe taking a big lion's breath out of the mouth, sticking out your tongue and making some noise. Beautiful. Bringing your hands along your side and just noticing the sensation as you do. Bringing your feet to touch here. Maybe your toes in, heels wide. And just noticing anything you feel. Rolling the shoulders back, bringing the palms forward. Lifting the chin, gently closing the eyes here. Just breathing. Maybe bringing that hand to your belly and hand to your heart. Again, recognizing that heat and that grounded feeling of your own body soothing itself. For so many of us, we were not taught how to self-soothe. Or if we were, maybe we weren't taught the healthiest patterns. So by doing these practices, we are giving to our inner child. We are nurturing ourselves. And we're giving ourselves a nice big toolbox of things to pull from when we need it. Go ahead and take a nice big inhale here. A big exhale of your choosing. And then go ahead and heel toe your feet out a little bit wider than hips width distance. Again, heels in, toes out. As you inhale, bending your knees here, lifting your arms up towards the sky, bringing your palms to touch. And as you exhale, gently coming down into your yogi squat. Now, maybe a yogi squat is not in your practice, and you don't ever want it to be in your practice. And that's okay. You can just come right to a seat. If you'd like to stay here for a moment, you can. You can also bring some sort of block or pillow underneath you if that is something you think you would enjoy. Taking an inhale here, and as you exhale, just lowering your seat all the way to the ground. Bringing your palms gently behind you, fingertips facing your seat, bringing your feet again a little bit wider than hips width distance, flat to the ground, knees bent here. As you inhale and exhale, you'll just gently start to windshield wiper your hips and your legs here. Breathing in and out as you gently rock them side to side. Going as far or staying as long as you need to. My only request is that you breathe. When you're ready, find a moment of stillness. Bringing the feet flat to the ground, knees bent, sitting up nice and tall here. Taking a moment to just breathe in and breathe out. Maybe stretching your arms out long here and spreading your fingers wide as you can. Taking a nice big inhale through the nose. And as you exhale, slowly start to lower yourself down. And I challenge you to try to hold and go as slow as you can. Maybe you stretch your arms out long and stretch your legs out long when you get there, taking the biggest stretch you've taken all day. Bringing your hands to your hips here, gently bending your knees, bringing your feet back flat to the mat, and heel-toeing your feet out a little bit further than hips width distance. And just slowly knocking your knees together here for a constructive rest. Breathing in and breathing out. Just noticing how you feel. Not judging, not critiquing, not changing anything, just noticing, just breathing. When you're ready, maybe stretching your legs out long or bringing them to a butterfly pose. Whatever feels more comfortable for you to end in. Laying down here on your back. Maybe you stretch your arms out long to your sides, taking up space. Or maybe you wrap your arms around yourself in a nice big hug. Taking a couple moments here to just breathe. Remembering that you are safe And you are grounded. Breathing in and out as you rest here. If you have this time, you're welcome to stay in this position for as long as you'd like. But if you need to start to awaken the body, you can gently start to move the hands and move the ankles. Maybe you start to rock your head side to side. And maybe you roll over to one side, taking a moment there to just check in with yourself one more time. Seeing how you feel now. And again, we're not judging, we're not changing, we're not critiquing anything. Just noticing. Slowly making your way up to a seated position, maybe bringing your hands back to the heart and back to the belly to close out the practice. Taking a big inhale through your nose here. And a big clearing exhale out of the mouth. Bringing your hands to your heart center, or just keeping them where they are. Dropping the chin down into the chest and taking a moment to just acknowledge yourself for taking the time to practice for you today. Maybe taking a moment to acknowledge all the teachers before me who have given us this knowledge so that I may practice with you now. And maybe you bring your hands to your heart center, and then maybe you bring them to your third eye space, dropping your chin down into your chest. As always, the light in me honors the light in each and every one of you. Thank you so much for taking the time to practice with me today. It is always appreciated.